what is happening. It's not about are you feeling youthful versus aging, but more like is your system coherent, regulating, and stabilizing? Welcome to Midlife with Orchid. Let's explore the nuance and the courageous moments of midlife. Let's share stories, reflection, insight, and conversation over coffee, where life's rhythms, revelations, and everyday courage can be witnessed and honored. This is Orchid, your host and storyteller. A week ago, I got my blood test result, and I was just reading the note from the doctor saying, I am Dr. Decker. Just wanted to reach out and say your labs are looking good. If you have any questions, please reach out. I love that note. I love getting a letter from the doctor, good reports about the testing, the results, the lab work, or any follow-up that they may have. I will not say I am hypochondriac. Is that how you say it? I am not, but I will admit that I'm a bit addicted to checking, tracking things about myself, about my health. Most importantly, that's has been a priority for me. And as I reflect about how I've lived my life, even though I was not consistent, with workout or diet or the healthy lifestyle, it has always existed. When I am in a good mental and emotional state of being, it's always something that I'm prioritizing, that it's always a part of my life. As most of you know, I am in transition, navigating challenges, waiting to secure a job, not knowing where I would be living as I move out in less than a month. My reserves have been depleted. I've used them all. It's liquidated. That's just current state where I'm at right now. And there's so many things that I could be stressed about and overloaded. But I will say that my health truly is my wealth. I feel so rich. I feel so abundant that in midlife, I'm 44 this year, and I feel so good and healthy about myself. I have a routine about my sleep. My mindset it becomes negative from time to time, but I love that I'm able to interrupt it. I'm glad that I'm able to, that metacognition. I can observe my thoughts and I make choices if I'm going to allow myself to think one way or the other. I love that. I love that emotionally, I know that it's a state, and I know that I can sit with my emotion. I can soak in it, or I can shift it if I want to. If it feels safe, I will not force myself into a feeling. I will allow the feeling and the emotion to move through me organically. I'll sit with it. But all of that to say, I'm curious about your thoughts on that topic. If you are in midlife or whichever stage in your life you are, I'm curious if you feel satisfied with how your health condition. Do you feel like you're aging? Do you feel like you're ageless? Does that even exist? Or are you maybe in between? Maybe today you feel different, maybe yesterday you did, and maybe tomorrow you'll feel differently about your age. So the result that I got a week ago was from Ageless RX. That's exactly the website, agelessrx.com. And the results, the test that I took is called Phenotypic Age. It's a lab test, 9 biomarkers that calculate your phenotypic age. It is based on a UCLA study of 11,432 adults, that through that study, it's been, I struggle saying this because I tried to describe this. I want to share my experience and not necessarily teach here, but ultimately the phenotypic age is not about how old you are. So you can still be aging. Numbers could be, I'm 44 this year, but physiology, biologically, through that 9 blood markers, how is your system performing is a better way to look at it, I guess. How is your system performing? And your system performing is sensitive to sleep disruption, temporary inflammation in your body, hormonal transition, as I'm in perimenopause, the stress load, and the recovery quality, the quality of your recovery. So it's not so much about looking at the result one time, but reading the trend. What is the trend communicating? Another way to look at it is that the phenotypic age is a snapshot of physiological coordination, how these 9 biomarkers are working together to communicate what your biological age would be. So I have been able to watch this the last 3 years. It started in 2024. At the time, I was 42, and the first test result says that physiologically or biologically, I am age 27. That's how my system is performing. And in 2025, when I turned 43, when I took the test the second time, it says that I would, based on the result of the blood work, it says that I am age 29. And then current date, this month, actually, I took it and I'm 44 in a couple of months. And my result says that biologically, I'm age 30. So I love that I'm able to track that in 2024, when I first took the test, I took it in August. And then 3 months later, I have resigned from a position that I've held for many years. I'll just say it that way. And from when I resigned, leading up to 2025, I was unemployed for about 8 months. And I have never experienced that ever. I can't even think about the last time I was ever unemployed that long, but also the weight of emotional stress and mental stress of that. I was in the financial stress of being unemployed. So 2025, when I took the test again, I can see why even it would shoot up and jump like a couple of years from 27 in 2024 to 29 years old in 2025. And then current year 2026 being only showing like it jumped like almost 1 point only. Right now, I am also experiencing another unemployment dated about 5 months now. But somehow it's not so much of a new thing, I guess, for my nervous system. And somehow biologically, physiologically, I am managing the stress, the load into my system. My system is able to regulate or really manage what is happening. So the question becomes now that it's not about are you feeling youthful versus aging, but more like is your system coherent, regulating, and stabilizing? So if you're interested in this, hopefully I wasn't too all over the place with explaining this. It's like I want to tell the story, but at the same time, I want to share meaningful resources to you. Once again, the website is agelessrx.com. The test is about phenotypic age, and they partner with Quest Diagnostic. And it's $75 right now. It's been $75 for the last 3 years that I've taken it. If you take the blood work separately and you don't go through them, you can still use their free calculator app. But just going through, taking it separately and not through them, the cost is $143, I believe, just for the 3 different blood tests as opposed to taking them through Ageless RX. So the test would be the CBC with differential, the comprehensive blood count, also the comprehensive metabolic panel, and the HSCRP, which is the high sensitivity C-reac protein. Those are the 3 groups that they test you on. The 9 markers that they take from all of the blood work: albumin, creatine, glucose, the C-reactive protein, CRP, lymphocyte, MCV, mean cell volume, RDW, red cell distribution width, alkaline phosphatase, and white blood cells. These names are tongue twister. Hopefully I said them right. Anyhow, so there's a free calculator on their website. You can take the test. You can purchase the test through them. It's a really easy to follow direction about scheduling and finding the Quest Diagnostic location near you. And once you get the blood result, you would key into the free calculator. You would include the date of birth, the date of the blood test, and then once again, putting in the results of that 9 biomarkers. You would put in your email, acknowledging the terms and condition and privacy policy, and calculate the result. Are you aging? Ageless, or are you in between? A better question, a better way to phrase it or reframe it is, are your systems currently under load? Are your systems currently under load? I feel that there is no amount of money that can amount to the wealth of your health and to the richness that you feel mentally, emotionally, and physically. And today I'm so grateful to be able to capture this and record, to understand how my system is managing, navigating, processing my day-to-day, how my diet, my movement, stress, and recovery is affecting my overall health.